Hi there. We are crossing Kapashera flyover. It is the 9th of December 2021 and I am driving the Mahindra XUV700 and I can see a Air Vistara 787 landing in front of me. Well, welcome to this sort of overnight review of the Mahindra 700 Petrol Automatic. Uh, But let's start with the big 800-pound gorilla in the room, the exterior looks of the 700. Yeah, the 700 does it look substantially different from the 500, even with the new beefier headlights and big chunky tail lights. The side profile of the 700 and the 500 are very similar. Okay, the door handles are flush on this car. That's really cool feature. But yeah, I mean, you may decide to not buy the car based on its exterior looks, even though I think Mahindra has done a great job with the interiors and the interiors look really nice. So one quick clarification, this car I'm driving today was an early production model when they had this wood inserts over here. The current luxury line, luxury pack models, as they call it, have the same leather you see out here in the door inserts. They also did bits and bobs from other cars. I mean, the steering wheel feels extremely similar to Hyundai steering wheel. This seat operation, that reminds me of a Mercedes, immediately. The rotary dial over here reminds me of the BMW iDrive controller, albeit a lot smaller. But yes, Mahindra has done a fabulous job with the Adreno X screen over here. It's really nice, well divided, highly visible, very high quality screen also, high def, easy to read. Um, Even with somebody like me who wears glasses and has, needs to read like this at times, even though these are progressives. Not a big fan of the glossy piano black finish. Never have been a big fan of glossy plastic finishes on any car, but the layout and everything on the car is fabulous. This car also comes with a lot of ADAS features. Right now we're traveling too slow to use any of them, so some of the ADAS features include lane keeping and lane keeping assist, which are really useful. Well, on a road like this, if it was moving a lot faster, it would be useful. It keeps on beeping though and gives you away saying, oh, you're about to cut lanes, without an indicator. So if you are cutting lanes, you should use the indicator. Now it's also got adaptive cruise control. I'm driving at 16 kilometers an hour on a road with a 70-kilometer-an-hour limit. If I was going at 70, I'd use adaptive, but well, right now I don't need to. Not at this speed, not at 21 even. The six-speed gearbox. Okay, now I've been going in and out a bit. I'm driving both fast and slow. Um, this is a regular torque converter automatic. It does feel a bit languid. Changes aren't as sharp as you get used to in some dual clutch cars, and unfortunately I've been driving a lot of DCTs of late. So with DCTs you really get used to snap gear changes. This one you can feel the gear change, when it's changing, even when you're changing for performance at a level. The other issue with this automatic, I felt whenever I hit a really bad patch of road, like, there's some construction happening in Gurugram, so I was on rough patches of road, and the traction control on this car kicks in really hard, really quickly, and very unexpectedly. Now, this is a 200 PS engine, but more importantly, it has 380 Newton meters of torque. It's a very torquey engine, so therefore, I think it kicks in to protect the engine from over revving or damaging itself in rough patches. But it's a very rough kick in of the traction control, I felt. I'm not going to comment on the stylized M or butterfly logo, whatever you want to call it. Other issues with this car, I felt, is that it is very dark at night. It doesn't have any ambient lighting, and you can argue cars shouldn't, but at this price point, some ambient lighting, some lighting to be able to find, your phone or keys does make life a bit easier at night. Of course, when you park, the lights do come on, but some ambient lighting inside the car does give it a bit of atmosphere. it does make the car look a bit brighter. Of course, you can keep the panoramic sunroof on this version open, and therefore you get some ambient lighting from outside, street lights and all coming in. Genuinely impressed with what Mahindra has done in the interiors. I really hope they did manage to do something with the exterior design also. You know, Mahindra design always feels evolutionary, but very slow evolution. It's not exactly fast evolution happening over here. I mean, even the old Scorpio to the new Scorpio, uh, we were told it's a new design, but you're scratching your head. Similarly with this and the 500, scratching your head. I wish Mahindra did a bit more with the exterior design. I know, making the dies panels are expensive and all of that, and the XUV700, this version aside, is very well priced. You can get the petrol engine XUV700 for just above 14 lakhs on road. This particular car costs closer, it's well above 20 lakhs, because this is the full shebang, the full digital display over here, all the toys, electric seats, Sony audio, lovely buttons. I'm yet to drive the base model, and once you drive the base model, you should see how it is. But this car isn't bad to drive. It's really nice. The engine is, I won't call it peppy. I think the gearbox could have been slightly better, because it does take some time to kick in. I mean, there is turbo lag on this car. And the question is, because this is quite expensive with all the toys, it does go head to head with top spec versions of the Hyundai Alcazar, the petrol automatic Hyundai Alcazar, which costs more or less the same actually. And I'd probably end up choosing something like the Hyundai, simply because it feels nicer at some levels. But don't get me wrong, this is a very, very, very good car inside. I mean, not that the Alcazar is much of a looker either. This is a really, really good car. But of the made in India by Indian manufacturer cars I've driven this year, this isn't bad at all. But I'd somehow give the Tata Punch slightly more points than this one if I had to score them. For when I do score cars at the end of the year, this isn't bad. Great job on the inside. I wish they did a bit more on the outside. Exterior design does matter, but infotainment, everything, thumbs up. Again, this is the early built car, so it doesn't have Apple CarPlay. The software does need to be flashed with Apple CarPlay and wireless Apple CarPlay support, but it's got it. If you bought one right now, it has wireless Apple CarPlay support. So yeah, great job Mahindra. I just wish they could have done a literally teensy bit more and made this car spectacular instead of just excellent. But I enjoyed driving it. Oh yeah, one more thing. The engine is a bit on the thirsty side. So far, I mean, I've been stuck in traffic, to be fair, but nothing out of the ordinary for an urban commuter. So I would say that getting only about 9.5 per liter, particularly since petrol. See, I had to cut lanes. The alarm went off. Motorcyclist going at it at about less than 60 kilometers an hour on a 70 kilometer an hour road on the fast lane. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. Do let me know if you enjoyed this. Do share comments, do like it, and do subscribe for more such automotive videos coming up soon. Thanks a ton.